Hello everyone, it's Questquenchers here today, and we've got I feel like it's a big update for Helldivers 2, full of fixes that I'm very happy to see. So minor patch apparently, 0.100. Fresh new patches for Helldivers 2, which is great. So the major updates are planetary hazards are now active, so that's interesting. And I've already experienced a few where your explosive resistance a lot. You're going to get killed by meteorites pretty easily. So many planets now have additional environmental challenges that will appear at random whilst you are deployed, from fire tornadoes to meteor showers and many more, which is, woo, it's fun. So there's a bit of balancing with the missions. Eradicate missions. So now you will require more kills. Enemies will spawn more often, which is fantastic. The time to complete the mission was previously shorter than intended, and now it should usually take twice as long to complete the mission now. So that's good. And then we got some really interesting balance changes that I'm not too sure how I feel, because now the game is really hard. Although it could be because I'm testing out heavy armor to see if it's any better, and I'm not gonna lie, it's better, but maneuverability against the Terminids is probably better. So yeah, first of all, primary, secondary, and support weapons sort of tweaks. So Breaker decreased magazine capacity from 16 to 13, increased recoil from 30 to 55. Oof. That's a big one, isn't it? Railgun, decrease armor penetration in safe mode, and decreases damage against durable enemy parts, which is quite interesting. I'm finding charges way more difficult now, and I'm not too sure how to take them out. So I might be using the spear a little bit more often now. We'll see about that. Flamethrowers, increase damage per second by 50%, or you can kook the charges, I reckon, with the flamethrower. The laser cannon, increase damage against durable enemy parts, increase armor penetration, improved ergonomics. It still feels weird on the higher difficulties. It doesn't feel like it's the one that I particularly want to use. I tested it out and it takes too long to kill him, basically, for a support weapon. The Punisher, increased total ammo capacity from 40 to 60, increase the stagger force, increase damage from 40 per bullet to 45 per bullet. That's pretty cool. And the Breaker Spray and Pray, increased armor penetration, increased the fire rate from 300 to 330, increased the number of pellets from 12 to 16 per shot, decreased maximum size of the magazine from 32 to 26. Then we have a few stratagem changes. So the energy shield backpack increased delay before recharging, so it takes a little bit longer for the shield to appear. I already thought it was a little bit longer, but everything's always a little bit longer when you're like being hacked to death anyway. Like, oh, come on, shield, come back. So the 380mm and the 120mm orbital barrages increase the duration of the bombardment, but decreases the spread. I always thought they were quite far apart, actually, and I was like, oh, I don't really like this, but that might be more interesting now. So we have some additional fixes, which the first one is the one I've been wanting for such a long time, and it feels nice. So fixed armor rating values, not reducing damage as intended. I've tried out the heavy armor, and I could take plenty more hits. I mean, of course, if it's like by multiple people, bugs or automatons, you're gonna still get killed as quickly as anything. So yeah, it is noticeable. I can get hit more as long as I got some stims. I can survive more when like overwhelmed. But again, with the Terminids, the amount of spawns you get, like the amount of bad guys just charging you and everything, you really need some, what do you call it? Crowd control weapons. So like you just your machine gun and stuff, just knocking them down and just getting rid of them, really. So fix certain bug holes, including stalker nests that were unnecessarily hard to destroy. So that's great. I always thought it was weird when I chucked a grenade in and it didn't go, or it was close but not close enough, but now it feels about right. Fixed anti-aliasing toggle, not working on PS5. Okay. Balanced lighting across all planets to solve cases where the game was too dark. I've seen this. The dark times are still a little bit dark, but it's quite nice, actually. The improved flashlight is absolutely amazing. I love it. I think it's the best thing they've done so far. I'm joking. But yeah, it's really nice. It's not so narrow, it's more wide, and you're like, yeah, this is way more easy to see now. So increased visibility during sand rain weather on Areta Prime. That's hard to say. Updated tutorial materials and lighting. What? Okay, cool. Improved cases where some materials could look blurry if lighting graphic settings was set to low. Okay, that's interesting. There's a lot of fixes. Fixed timing issues that could occur in the extract E-17 primary objective. Not too sure what that means, but change button interaction behavior for buttons in the bunker POIs. Helldivers will now let go of the button after holding it for a few seconds. That's pretty cool. Instead of just you have to do it yourself. Some people got stuck there before. Fix some crashes of large assets floating in the ground beneath them was blown up. Wait, what? Fix some cases of large assets floating if the ground beneath them. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I get it now. Yeah, I don't see that often, but yeah, I've seen it before. Helldivers stand next to ICBMs during launch will properly get toasty with a chance of not so spontaneous combustion. That's funny. Fixed unthrowable snowballs after ragdolling. Well, I'm glad we can throw snowballs again. Fix being able to use grenades after drowning? Really? That was a bug? Okay. Camera no longer locked on player's own corpse and blocking spectator mode. That's a pretty good one. I like that. That was weird. Just floats back to my dead body and I'm like, I want to watch other people. Helldivers now take damage from fire, gas, etc. generated by other players. Oh, nice. Okay, that's new. Interesting. Okay, I didn't like that. But yeah, hey. Yeah, it's that kind of game. So armor no longer stretches when dismembered. I'm glad that's gone. It's just weird stretching. But yeah, that's most of the fixes, which is pretty good. I just want to take a quick look at the known issues. So known issues, there are issues that were either introduced by this patch or being worked on or from previous versions and not yet been fixed. So what do we have? We have game may crash after dropping several high-powered stratagems in succession. That's a bit annoying, because I've noticed a lot of crashing currently. Picking up items from caches may cause characters to freeze in place. Yes, that's happened to me. Picking up items from bunkers and caches or quick succession may render one of the items unpickable. Yeah, I've seen that one. Players cannot unfriend other players befriended via friend code. Oh, okay. Not too sure what that means. Alright, let's have a quick look. Player cannot... Players may be unable to select loadout or return to ship when joining a multiplayer game session. Oh, via PS5 activity card. Okay. Mission objective HUD displays different numbers for client and hosting during some missions. Default armor is always shown whilst viewing the war bond, regardless of the armor that the player has equipped. I'm not really sure what that one is. Text chat display obscured. Yeah. By the cinematic during expert, yeah, well, that's all right, I suppose. Some text in HUD/UI is missing or not displaying. Yeah, the orders one's gone now. Players may experience issues when players attempt to log in or play at all the same time. Login rate limiting. Okay. Players may become disconnected during play. That's happened a few times. Various UI issues may appear when the game interacts with servers. Some games may not be joinable by others for a short period of time. So yeah, that's basically all the patch notes and stuff and the known issues and the balance changes and stuff. I've played a few games in it and I'm trying to figure out what's the best sort of way of handling things now. And it's quite difficult. I'm not too sure what's what now. With the railgun, I think I need to test it out more. I think this sort of patch notes have made me gone, what else could I play with here? Like, what other weapons may be useful against the Terminids and stuff? So I've been trying to figure it out. I am rocking heavy armor, and it's you're much slower, so it's getting used to that and knowing when to back away from like big hordes of enemies. That's the most difficult part right now. Sort of getting used to heavy armor and stuff. But I do take a lot more hits and have a lot more survivability than light armor and medium armor. But with heavy armor, there is no like 6 additional grenade kind of things. So I might just hold off wearing that. I might just go back to my medium armor, which feels kind of right. So yeah, that's sort of my opinion on it. So the patch notes. Hopefully it'll you'll get more things fixed and stuff soon. But so far, and add mechs and new weapons and all this stuff to the game. I'm sitting here with 250 medals, just waiting to get some more weapons and armors and stuff. But yeah, so far I've absolutely really liked this game, and now it's I'm like, oh, okay, all right, this is getting difficult. This is really difficult. I need to be more in tuned and try and understand and stuff a little bit more. And I think I'll get the hang of it. I just need to get used to heavy armor again. But yeah, it's a great game. Anyway, that's the video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.